Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My wife has been caught cheating. TLDR, the wife and I are building a business together. We are almost done. I found out she is sleeping with a coworker. Let me start with some background. My wife and I are both 54, married 31 years. She is an RN at a hospital. I have worked for a home builder since I was 18. We have 2 children, both grown out of the house in their 20s. We decided in our mid-40s to pursue my wife's dream of running a bed and breakfast. We have been looking on and off for years. We came across a piece of property of 5 acres and a home built in the 1870s. The original owners were large landowners in this area. They had an extensive agricultural business empire. Over the decades, fewer of the family wanted to stay in farming. Parcels of land were sold off. Our town is going through growing spurts as it has become quite touristy because of some, let's say, natural formations and beauty. The farmland along the main highways is being gobbled up. The house and land we purchased is away from the highways. Since we bought it, my wife and I are redoing the entire house. There has been neglect in some basic maintenance, and we want to restore the house to its prominence 150 years ago. Along with making a living. My wife has been in charge of decorating rooms as I finish, along with paying the mortgage. I am renovating room by room, paying for all material and any professional help, if needed. I am pretty handy, so most work is done by me. The last few years the housing industry has gone through the roof. We would work 8 days a week if we could. I was pulling in big money. Until last year. The pandemic knocked us out of work for a while in 2020, then the material shortages started. Of course, my wife was on the front lines for the last 18 months. Last year she worked weeks at the hospital without days off. The medical staff stayed at the hospital. They had rooms, several slept in together. To say the least, the staff got very close. They worked 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Starting in March last year into the fall, then again after Thanksgiving. My wife, as always, after the kids were older, worked for others if they asked. She watched these young parents crying because they could not see their families. So, on their off times she would give up her time off and offer it to the staff that really needed it. There were others that did this too. The whole COVID experience changed her. Watching people put on ventilators, the deaths, etc., she was not the same person. She was distant. Our sex life went to zero. I attributed it to either her experiences or her age. I tried talking about it but was told she just didn't feel it anymore. We still worked closely on the house. We planned trips to an area in our state that had a large Amish population. The Amish here are known for the craftsmanship in woodworking and sewing. We bought several pieces of furniture for the bedrooms along with handmade quilts. This past weekend, we were planning on taking a 3-day trip to this area to buy dining room furniture. I also pay in trade with some wood that I get when I take down an old barn, which I do as a side gig. Barnwood is very much in demand. My boss calls me and tells me everyone is working the whole week as he was able to get wood and shingles for a house we have been sitting on, waiting for supplies. I told the wife we could go on Saturday and Sunday. On Friday morning she tells me she is still going with some workers because there is a fall festival going on too. I went to a local bar that night. One of her co-workers comes up to say hello. I asked if she was going on the trip. She knew nothing about it. So I texted the wife asking if she made it okay and asked who was all there with her. She texted back that this friend, her other close friend, and a friend called Stevie. I had heard this name the last few months. Until then I always thought they was female. I asked her friend at the bar if she knew Stevie. She said no, but there is Steven that works with them. The wife gets back Sunday afternoon. She has bags of tablecloths, napkins, kitchen towels, etc. She is showing me what she bought. In one bag there was a smaller bag. She pulled it out, looked in it and said, "Oh, not this bag, it's not for us." I let it go. Later I looked in the bag, she had hidden it in a closet. It was decorations for a man cave for a college team I don't follow in sports, so it wasn't for me. I asked to talk with her. I asked again who all went. She gave the same 3 people. I just asked who Stevie was because we had not met. She told me about a woman they work with. I pulled out the man cave stuff and told her I talked to her friend, who was supposed to be away last weekend but her plans blew up. Then I asked who Stevie was again. She started crying and told me who he was, and yes, they were by themselves. They had sex. They have been since last year during their hospital lockdown. So now she is living in one of the finished bedrooms. I have our bedroom. I will talk to a lawyer on Monday. I have no idea what to do about the house, the business, the marriage. To me she was sorry she was caught, but not for the affair. I asked her if she would break it off with Stevie. She was not sure. Sell the business, divide assets appropriately through mediation/lawyer. Definitely divorce. Here is why. She is not sorry, seems to have no regret other than getting caught. Second, she is unsure whether she can or wants to stop the affair. In cases like this, don't put your life at mercy of her uncertainty, make that decision yourself. Lastly, for someone to do this after 31 years, is absolutely immoral, bad enough when it is early in marriage but after building a life together. Be selfish, look out for yourself from here on out. I highly doubt it was the first time. People don't stay married for 30 years then just cheat. She has cheated before, I have no doubt. I heard hospitals were like that from several people I know. I'm starting to believe they were telling the truth and it's just a big duckfist in hospitals. This op, also, get your kids' DNA tested. If they're not yours, at least you won't have to worry about child support. They're over 18. He wouldn't have to pay child support anymore anyway. Can't agree with you more. Op, take this advice. As you said, she's sorry she got caught. Doesn't know if she'll end the affair. Get yourself a shark lawyer and divorce. Seek a split of the marital assets. Pay her no spousal support. Threaten to expose her and her AP to the hospital. Also, out her to family and friends. Don't keep her infidelity a secret. Good luck. Yes, 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 and yes. Yeah, listen to this op. All you have to do now is to protect/think about yourself. Divorce, and then expose their affair at the hospital. Find if Stephen is married, she would like to know. Exactly what he said. She doesn't want to stop the affair. She wants to move up in. She's so gross. Sorry to hear this happened to you. Get yourself some therapy, because it's gonna be a bumpy road. Get divorce talks going and set yourself up for stability. Wish I could say something about the business, but that's beyond my expertise. It'll be hard, but you'll come out stronger than you were. You deserve better than her. I hope you find someone new once you have come out the other side. If she does not want to cut with the AP, it is because she is sorry that you caught her and not the matter. What do your children think of all this? Has she told you if she wants to stay with you or not? Since she found out how she's been acting, she accepts the blame and realizes how much damage she did to you. She does not stay in that marriage and she stops giving him support in her things. I was lying to you for a whole year. When you tried to support her, she refused and decided to lean on someone else. You don't deserve to go through all this. I hope you keep updating. Cheating. Unfaithful. Narcissistic. Tramp. Do not talk to her about it again. Read up on the 180 and grey rock methods. If you can, throw her out. Tell her she can live with Stevie. The marriage is over, it ended the day she decided he was more important than you. Next time you talk, it should be bullet points as discussed with your lawyer. I know it is hard, but her attitude says that she is not willing to invest in marriage anymore. She should have jumped at the option to break it off if she wanted the marriage to have any chance. Start separating things like finances, etc. Do not entertain thoughts on how to have a business yet, because it will ruin you emotionally. Get into therapy for yourself. You have to understand that she has to recover this, not you. But this only matters if you are absolutely sure you want to reconcile. Sorry that you are in this position, unfortunately, you need to face the facts. If she is unwilling to go no contact with her affair partner, she has made a decision, and it's him, not you. Yes, it sucks, and yes, things will get worse, before they get better. An affair that has been going for that amount of time is not something that you will recover from. Lawyer up, get your options, file and serve her. After that, let your lawyer handle any communication with her. Then blow up her fantasy world. Tell your family, her family, and your friends about the affair. When people ask questions, tell the truth. If her affair partner has a wife, tell her. Also, they are co-workers, so tell the HR department of the hospital. Get your story out first. If you do not, she will tell a very different story, and may blame you, or even accuse you of abuse. Do not let that happen. You should be the one to tell your children also. This is also the time to take care of yourself, talk to someone, a family member, good friend, counselor, life coach, pastor, therapist. You need someone you can talk with, that you can trust. It is very difficult to go through this alone. Try to eat right and get as much rest as possible, do things that are mentally and physically challenging to take your mind off your situation. It will be important to support your children also, this will be a very traumatic time for them too. Understand that this was not your fault, this is all on your wife. She is the one who decided to duck another guy, break her wedding vows, lie to you, disrespect you, destroy your family, and destroy your trust and your happiness. Every marriage has problems and issues, but the answer is not to go out and duck someone else. She made literally hundreds of conscious decisions to meet this guy, develop a relationship, duck him, and lie about it all to you. This is not your fault. One thing you might want to find out is, who knows about the affair and didn't tell you, or who has been covering up for her. Whoever those people are, they must be cut out of your life forever. Stay strong, everyone in this sub knows how hard that this is, but you can, and will get through it. It's not her first time cheating, just the first time he caught her. If her co-worker wasn't at the bar, he would still be clueless. Update: my wife was caught cheating. It's been a hectic couple weeks. Along with my work and side gigs picking up, the wife and I were battling. I saw a lawyer. After I explained everything, he suggested we try to work it out before he gets involved. The house is still not a business and cannot be sold as such. We would have to sell it as a house, unfinished, which would lower the price. We have sunk well over $100,000 into the house plus the mortgage. The lawyer will have to consult with a real estate attorney and maybe one dealing with businesses. So their fees are going to be high. So, I tried to approach the wife to see if we could talk. I don't know if she's embarrassed about being caught, but she has dug in her heels. She told me to leave the house. I told her I have no plans to do that. Then she countered with my giving up the master suite and me moving to one of the bedrooms. I again tell her I don't plan on it either. She then says she is off the next couple days and will move all my stuff out and put it in the foyer for me to decide where I am going to stay. So I end the conversation. I went out where my supplies are stored and grabbed a new door lock with the push-button keypad. I was going to install on the bedroom doors once we had guests. We can change the combination after each guest. I installed it on the master suite door. The next day I went to work. When I came home after a day of angry messages for putting the lock on, she was livid. "How dare you lock me out of my bedroom," was her war cry. After back and forth I asked if we could please talk. She finally agreed. Later that evening we sat down. I told her I was very hurt to find out of the affair and that I wish she would have told me she was not happy. She did not say anything. So I continued with that as far as I am concerned the marriage is over. She just nodded her head. I then told her I have been to an attorney. This caught her by surprise, by her look. I explained what the attorney said, that it would be best if we could come to some agreement on what to do. Our largest asset is the house, and to sell it we would take a huge loss. She just smiled and said I can prove that I have paid the mortgage, so the house is mine. I shook my head no. My attorney explained the house is a marital asset. Both names on the mortgage. I then pulled out a couple binders. I have every receipt that I have filled by room on what has been spent. I started this just out of curiosity and just kept going as we finished rooms. I can prove I spent thousands of my money in refurbishing the house. She was caught off guard by the receipts. She has not been to an attorney. I proposed that we live peacefully, together, and finish the house. We can then set the B&B up. She could buy me out of the business at that time. She dug her heels in again. No, I need to leave. If not, she has plans to move Stevie in. This hurt like a bit. I got up and got a glass of water, to collect my thoughts. When I came back to the table I told her if I see him in the house or on the property, I would start disassembling everything that has been done. Every nail and every screw I put in I would take out. Every light and plumbing fixture would be taken down. I said I would not destroy them because I own them. I would replace them with any old piece of salvage material I could find. I said think about it, consult with whoever is giving you dime store advice. Let me know. Yesterday, she came to me, we had not talked in several days. She asked if we could talk again. She had talked with our kids. I had called each and told them what's going on. Our daughter suggested to her that we stay in the house until completion. Start the business as I suggested. Then maybe I could move out but still own 50%. Mom could run the business, bringing in an employee or two to help run the place, do yard work, give Mom a day off. I told her I would think about it, but my stance on Stephen will not change. So I have another appointment with an attorney. The big issue is we probably will not be in business until 2023. The outside needs much work along with landscaping, plus we need to come up with a room for one of us to live in. The room I am in is part of the rooms to rent. TLDR, the marriage is over. Now it's how to come to separation without bankrupting us. You are going at this the wrong way. Stevie most likely thinks he has hit the jackpot with her getting the house. They are going to set you up and then get you mad enough to make threats and then get a restraining order. Next step will wear you down till you give them the house for nothing. Turn the tables on lover boy, tell your wife to ask Stevie to buy out your half and they can run the business. Tell your wife you just want to get on with your life. Put the pressure on Stevie to take the responsibility of your wife on his shoulders and let him be burdened with her love fantasy with him. Turn your wife onto Stevie whereas he puts up his money. Nothing kills a love affair than putting your money where your mouth is. This you/tapping out 123. Ask STBXW and Stevie to meet you somewhere neutral to discuss a business opportunity with you regarding the B&B. Once you meet, ask Stevie to buy you out. This way your STBXW is a witness. Also record the conversation if allowed to in your location, just in case they decide to gang up on you and make up some bizarre tale to screw you over. I wonder if he'll run for the hills once he's asked to put some dollars in. If he does take off, talk about a wake-up call for STBXW. He will have shown her who he really is. If he agrees to the proposal, you can breathe easy and have eliminated that particular monetary risk. She becomes his problem to deal with along with the bankruptcy risk. Have your lawyer draw up a legal agreement to this effect. It will be hard, but try to keep your own emotions completely out of it. This becomes strictly a business transaction and you'll need to try your hardest to treat it as such. Once the transaction is complete, money has changed hands and divorce is final, you will feel like a massive weight has lifted off of your shoulders. I'm so sorry you are dealing with this. Edit, discuss with a lawyer regarding this option first, to ensure that you are going about this the correct way and if it is even possible. You should meet at your lawyer's office. I bow to your wisdom, celebratory hands in the air. This, get her to pay you out and leave now when she is still alone and have no partner to make you feel more degraded and angry. Genius. This is where you cut your losses. This woman is vile. She has been using you to build her dream servicing Stevie's needs. Sell the house as is and get out. She was planning your demise. What a wasted marriage. Report her to HR as well as Loverboy. How are two out-of-work people going to run a B&B without tech knowledge and an income? You have been over for her for so long. You tried. All she has is this utter cool attitude, the house is hers and you must be out. No, it's time. Draw up divorce. Sell her and Stevie's dream, and take what you get out of this loveless, abused and used marriage and walk. 50-something is still young. Do not waste a moment. File. Do not leave the marital home. If she moves, Stevie will interdict him. I would also sue his ass for breaking up your marital bond. Watch 3 years down after Stevie pumped and dumped her, she will say she is sorry. But now she really wants to hurt you. Just continue with divorce. You will land on your feet. She will lose everything. Like I said, small town. Every contractor in that town knows you. When you divorce, she will have to pay for the renovations on her and Stevie dream B&B. Then it will not be viable. They will try to get cheap contractors and that will lead to expensive problems. Guests being injured and civil liability. Give her her dream. Stevie with his milky cream-filled hands will turn it into a nightmare for her. Just make sure you're not on any papers when this goes south. From here on it's you yourself, and only you that matter. Explain to your children that you could have made the B&B work. But you do not want to be involved anymore. And contractors will make it not viable. That's why you want out. Their mom showed you no loyalty, so you owe her none. Cheaters are rarely satisfied. They live with a dream. This is clear by your wife's inability to understand divorce law. But then her legal background she gets from nurses that drink too much coffee. Get out. Use HR as leverage. The love she feels for Stevie can be used to get her to agree to a better settlement for you. When she gets what she wants, the costs of renovating and maintaining that old house will destroy her dream. With that comes bitterness Stevie will face. Op, take this advice. Make her buy you out of the home. Include your investments in the home's value. You don't want to cohabitate with her for another 2 years. Get out now. Good luck. Hi Ellen, really sorry that your wife cheated on you. The truth is she doesn't deserve you. My advice to you is don't let her boyfriend stay in a house you spent money on. Elle wouldn't trust her with running the business either. Speak to a lawyer to find out if there is a legal way you can prevent her boyfriend from living in your house. This and this, bro. Oh, and start recording every single conversation with her. She is going to dream up some crap to try to ruin you. Best to be prepared. And, if your state has it, do file a lawsuit against Stevie for alienation of affection. Did she show any kind of regret? What do your daughters think of all this? Did you make sure that what she told our daughter is the truth and did not change the story? Sell the house and get this bitch out of your life, my brother. I would force her to sell her dream. You are looking at 3 more years of this. When she loses everything over this, the affair fog will probably be over. Stevie will probably look less appealing to her. I wouldn't want to spend 3 more months under the same roof as this backstabbing cheater who is willing to screw you over in every way she can think of, the man she has been with for 31 years, the father of her children, because of an affair. I would report the affair to her HR as well. Wow. From being sorry in the last post, to already planning how to get you out and move the turd in. I would just cut my losses and can't see another man enjoying the fruits of my labor after taking my wife. Your wife is a vile creature and I don't think that the pandemic did this to her. Sounds like she dreamt and you went along for the ride. I'm pretty sure that since you are on the mortgage, if you don't want Steve on the property, that you can have him removed from the property, especially since you live there as well. You may have to call the police to remove him. At least in the US you can. Just saying. A friend of mine was in a similar situation. If her name is on the title, she can have whatever guests she wants. The plus side is that you could, in theory, throw a multi-day sorority party. She could, but I'm just saying if he is on the mortgage, then he could ban whoever he doesn't want there. But honestly, Op needs to be very careful, as his wife is probably trying to play the victim and she will end up trying to get him thrown in jail. With false allegations, she will likely try to get a restraining order and file a domestic abuse charge against him. But his wife needs to realize that it seems Op has been doing all the renovations himself. He said he has every receipt, so it's safe to assume that he has been paying for them as well. Or at least paying for all the supplies and material, and he himself doing all the work. Contractors for renovations are expensive and they get paid per project. Like Op said, he was renovating room by room. If a contractor did all that work, they would have to be paid for the materials per room at the finish of every room. His wife needs to understand that they are already under this bed and breakfast. If Op stops doing the renovations and they have to contract the rest of it out, they will likely never break even after being sold. The more she pushes for him to move out so she can be with Steve, the deeper in debt she and Op are going. Op needs to protect himself right now and watch out for himself. He is trying to protect his finances by keeping all the receipts, which is good, but he needs to protect his livelihood from false allegations and charges. Not when you are married. This depends on state law, but breaking a marriage can get you into legal trouble. She was trying to bully me as she has other things in our life. I have nothing to lose. I suggest you purchase a recording device and keep it on you at all times when around your wife. She sounds very vindictive and ratchet. Also, I would suggest that you refrain from giving her intel on your movements and plans, as she may try to sink them. This may sound dramatic, but you are now in a state of war. Are your kids okay with what your wife did? I'm surprised they are even talking to her. I asked them not to take sides. They are upset and pissed. For what your wife has done, I think you have handled this very well. I'm sure your kids will see this. You stood your ground for what's right and fair and didn't let your STBX dictate any terms of separation. I'm in my 50s and married 35 years, I don't think I would have handled things as well as you did. My hat's off to you. I think your future is going to be much more promising than hers. Ditto. I would go scorched earth. Update2 My wife was caught cheating. See my profile for original post and first update. Sorry I have not updated. I am recovering from a stroke almost 4 months ago and am just now getting back whole. My wife and I were discussing how we would split our assets. Our lawyers said it would be best if we came to some consensus. As we were talking, the stroke hit. I was sitting for 1 second, then hit the floor. My wife is an iron. Thank God she saw something was wrong when she asked if I was alright. I hit the floor. She called 911 and told them I was having a stroke. I went to the hospital for a week, then to rehab. My wife had taken a leave to care for me when I got home. I don't think I would have recovered near as well without her. She went back to work in January when she felt I could manage somewhat by myself. Our kids stop over when she works her 12-hour shifts though. I don't know if she is still seeing Stevie because she spent 2 months by my side. However, she has taken a couple 3-day holidays away. So I think that may still be going on. Right now divorce talk has been pushed to the side. Thank you for those asking for updates and the many DMs asking where I was. I am on the mend. I have some issues walking, so going back to work is out of the question. I may have to come up with something else. Hope your recovery is going well. Hang in there and don't sweat the divorce until you are ready. Gotta say, your SDBXW got a nasty side. I'm thankful mine didn't. I don't think I would have handled it well. Thanks. Damn, stay strong. Dude, sorry, all that stress, so much suffering got to your body. Don't change your plans about divorce, unless she truly wants to make amends, but those 3 days holiday shows that her mind is made up. Take care of yourself, best to you. Can I just say that I am so sorry to hear you had a stroke. I hope you can recover fully from it. My twin had a stroke and it's so scary. I pray you heal quickly. I am also sorry about you and your wife. I hope you two can maybe work it out. Best of luck to you. Sending my prayers and good vibes your way up. Thank you. So sorry to hear about your stroke on top of the divorce and your wife cheating. Keep hanging in there and stay strong. You will come out the other end in a better place. Thanks. My question after reading your previous posts is, why would she enter the bed and breakfasts endeavor while she was cheating? It's so much you both can lose if you are not working together. All to be a side piece. There's no way in hell she ends up with a doctor. No doctor in his right mind will marry a cheating wife. That's why he was okay with her lying to you. He always planned to give her back. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start to pull away when she told him that, you know. I'm glad you are recovering, and I hope it speeds up soon for you. Regarding your STVXW, I will say that it is not a complete monster but still a monster to a degree. Continue getting the divorce, my friend, and make sure you get your fair share and not let her have her dream at your expense. Keep us updated and stay well and safe. Take care. Thanks. Well, man, I'm praying that God will bless you and your kids, and I hope you find a woman who will love you for you and love your kids, because your ex-wife is nothing but a little girl trapped in a grown woman's body. It's a fax. I am new here. Just hearing your story is heartbreaking. Stay strong and trust that God will make a way for you. Thanks. OMG. Speedy recovery. even in this situation she's still NVM. Recover first, let's not talk about it. That could be a turning point in both of your lives. I hope you get well. Good luck. Thank you. Please take care of yourself and get well soon. I am so sorry this happened to you. One question from your first update. What did your attorney say to you about Stephen moving into your house, legally that is? Would it be spousal abuse on her part and give you more ammo against her in your divorce in court? Please keep us updated as things move along. And please get better soon. Work on yourself and save my friend. I'm so sorry this happened to you, being in a relationship with your wife for 31 years, then finding out she was cheating, then you having a stroke. I hope you make a full recovery. It was good of her to look after you, and helped you in recovering from your stroke. I suppose after 31 years of marriage, and under the circumstances, it's the least she could do. I read your original post and your first update. Your wife treated you very poorly, without any remorse for her cheating, and zero regard for your 31-year relationship, and absolutely no empathy for you. This was really heartbreaking to read. Unless things have radically changed between your wife and Steve, I can't see any alternative but going ahead with the divorce, once you're ready. The most important thing you can do is to concentrate on your recovery. I'm hoping you make a full recovery. Wishing you peace, happiness and a great future. Stress from your STBX wanting to steal your dream for her and her home-wrecking AP can probably be attributed to this health issue. Do your kids know the whole truth about their mother and her questionable morals? I know the mindset these days is to keep things amicable, but now this is affecting your health. Get the kids on your side and don't let her have SHT. Time to go scorched earth on that hoe's Australian dollar. Another thing to consider, does she prepare your food or handle your medication? This might sound like Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick, but the moment you didn't want to let her and Stevie take your dream home from you, this happens. With her and her douchebag AP's medical background, who's to say this wasn't orchestrated? Might be time to get some outside care and protection. Good luck and stay safe, Op. Oh boy. I see where this is going. I'm so sorry, Op. I wish you a speedy recovery. Your health does come first, but she may not relent and could still be thinking of herself first. Of course you're not in any state to be on the front line in the divorce, so let your lawyer do their job to protect you. STBX may be holding off being combative or confrontational for now, but if she's still seeing him, her plans might alter, but her end game could still be the same. I truly wish you the best and for a happy and healthy future. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.